Good morning, Esra. Thank you very much for joining us today for this discussion that we're going to have. This collaboration couldn't be more timely. As UTM Smart, we have been really working hard on providing students with digital access to academic and administrative services on the UTM campus. But lately, we have been noticing a gap, a really crucial one to address. Students have been disengaged and have been attending classes less. Even those who have been attending have been mentally absent during classes, and some of them just disappear mid semester. No warning, no explanations. By the time supervisors were aware of this, it was too late and the damage has been done. Grades drop, stress builds, and sometimes we only find out students were struggling after we failed or withdrawn.
Good morning, Dr. Osama, and thank you for the honest insight. According to this issue, is actually it's a common issue across many campuses in Malaysia and Southeast Asia. I mean, the pressure students that faces is immense, and sadly, mental health is still stigmatized. What's found is this, like, students rarely ask for help. It's actually either they're afraid, shamed, or simply unaware that they will actually having or struggling inside. So this actually consider as a common issue.
Understandable. Especially for our campus, we have been noticing that the lifestyle that students have been through has changed drastically since COVID-19 lockdown. Many students continue to experience loneliness, high stress, and anxiety, and even goes to the extent of some symptoms of depression for some. And the counseling team at UTM has reported an increase in the students' need for support, particularly during exam sessions. However, many students don't go to that extent and don't seek help from the counseling team that we have, whether due to fear of judgment, social taboo, or stigma. So, these many of these symptoms go unnoticed until it's too late, and we have been reminded very harshly with the recent tragedy that happened to one of the third year UTM students at the Faculty of Electrical Engineering, who has tragically taken his life by jumping off the bridge at Penang, reportedly from high academic stress. So his suffering was silent, and the tragic shook the community, as it was critical, and now it's critical for us to address these issues by providing some services for our students.
That's actually incredibly tragic, Dr. Osama, and far too common. What hurts the most is that many of these students seems fine on the surface. They smile, they attend classes, but internally they are actually struggling alone. So that's why we are like propose the rehat. Rehat is not just about mental health. It's about connection that we want students to connect with the campus, with the surrounding. We don't want them to isolate themselves only inside their rooms, and that's all. Because most of the students, they are far away from their parents, from their hometown, or from their home. So we want to create a place for them. So when where they feel like it's home for them, it's not just like a place to work, and that's all. So they don't isolate themselves from the society surrounded. So actually, for Rehat, as an app, integrated app with UTM Smart, it will actually firstly let students check in with themselves. Like, for example, asking the students how you feel today, how is your sleeping, did you eat very well, did you are you happy today, are you mad, why you are mad, what happened with your exam, stuff like that, questions like that. We want to know how is the students actually doing mentally, and use the input to suggest relevant campus events, the activities or mental health supports within UTM Smart, and if necessary, of course, nudge academic supervisors in a private respectful way to help can reach actually them sooner. Where I want actually to also highlight about that, maybe we can also training the academic supervisors, meaning by that, like they have to being trained to solve like the simple issues, and after and if they feel like the issue is actually deeper, they actually can send the student to us and we can actually solve it with our like psychologist. So for also for Rehat, like how it's actually Rehat works. First of all, it will let actually wellness check in system, meaning by that, like every week students answer 2 to 3 simple optional questions about their mood, energy levels, and stress. No pressure, no labels, just a reflection. If a student actually repeatedly reports high stress or low mood, Rehat actually will gently suggest tools like breathing exercises or direct them to speak within someone. Smart suggestions like powered by UTM Smart Data, of course. Like your hat will sync with UTM Smart Event database. If a student is frequently absent or marks themselves as a low, the app may say, hey, there is a music night at college 9 this Friday. Want to check it out? Meaning by that, we want to know about the events that surround it, and maybe some of the students they have a specific interest. So assuming for that, some students they love cooking. Cooking maybe sometimes or baking will make you out of the stress. So maybe we have you guys have a baking club inside the university, so that will make students like easy for them to reach that places. And within UTM Smart, actually, we can suggest this to the students from the database that we already have it. Like these nodes are based on engagement patterns and aim to gently reconnect students with the campus life. Thoughtful light tools is firstly guided breathing and journaling, prompts a daily nudge to promote positively and mental awareness, and an app chat option with a licensed mental health coach. And all of these will be embedded directly into the UTM Smart platform, no separate apps or extra login needed. Which actually going to be easy for the students to enter and to be known, like they know there is an activities in the campus, but just by opening UTM Smart, the app that usually they know how to use it, then you guys can make the advertisement for these kind of
That's
activities.
very powerful. We really appreciate how respectful it is of the students' privacy and how well integrated this product would be into the existing infrastructure of UTM Smart. Students, in this case, are not really treated as patients, but they are simply seen and monitored in case anyone needs help or needs reaching out. And this would really give us, as an academic staff, a way to identify who may really need support at any particular time and who is struggling with some issues like failures or absences. If the system tells the students has missed multiple classes, it will really give us an alarm ahead of time to really get into this and see what the issue is really coming from. Beyond that, beyond all the features that we have just said, the integration with UTM Smart would be really crucial since we already have the data coming from the attendance record and the academic record of the students, which would really give a good insight into the performance of each student mentally and also academically, which will help us to really get into knowing the students better, and also would help us to identify trends in different residential colleges to see which colleges might require uh, more events to be held there, what types of events, and also to identify who are the students who really what each student likes in terms of interests and hobbies, and how can we really target that with the events that are held. So let's talk about the grant that we have here. So our collaboration here is that we are sharing a grant of 100,000 Malaysian ringgit in the project in this project of improving the digital infrastructure of UTM. So as UTM Smart, we are in charge of the backend integration and the smart suggestion engine. and also event triggers, activity feed syncing, and also supervisor dashboard development. These are all on the technical side, since we will be working with you as thoughtful into integrating your services into our platform.
Rehat is actually our responsibility and what we're going to give as a services. First, we're going to design and deploy the Rehat wellness module. Secondly, we will supply all emotional health content exercises and AI tools. Third, we're going to train UTMs, students, affairs, staff, and ambassadors. Fourth, and lastly, actually, we will offer license coaching and in-app tools. So for this one, we are proposing 40,000 ringgit, Malaysian ringgit for this one. Thank you.
Agree? We can also co-brand Rehat, ensuring data privacy and compliances since we are dealing with our students' data, and run a 6-month pilot in the selected residential colleges. So as a quick recap, our collaboration here is on a 100,000 Malaysian ringgit grant, from which we as UTM Smart would be contributing 60,000 towards the technical and the structural components, and Rehat will be contributing 40,000, which covers the content development, licensing, and the human coaching integration. Thank you very much, Ms. Esra, for joining us today. This was quite an insightful session, and we are glad to have reached a common goal and a common stand from where we can go into further actions in the future.
Exactly. So Rehat can become a quiet digital companion that makes students feel seen, heard, and supported. Let's make it a lifeline and a legacy together.
Thank you.